idea for this conclave on management education to the next orbit was conceived by professors and me. We've been discussing at length what are the changes happening across the globe and especially in the management education in India. So we have come to a conclusion. The connectedness with the industry is a foremost thing when we talk about the change management in an institute. And KIAMS, being a traditional institute earlier, is undergoing transformation process in terms of in sync with what's happening in the marketplace. We're making a lot of changes. One of the initiatives is to also celebrate the joy and the fest of KIAMS of giving away the education component, especially management education, training and development, to the corporate field, because we've been there in this business for more than 25 years. Look at the conceptualization of the first in the series is ask. The reason being, anything related to education is all about, one is attitude. That's the way the world is moving now. And the second one is about skills. A lot of things are talked about skills, skill development and the employability. So when we connect our skills and also in terms of attitude along with the knowledge. Knowledge is very important, we all know. But it is also equally important to change the attitude of people for their congenial work atmosphere, for the learning perspective, and also to deliver results in the corporate world. That is why the first in the series is about education. That is why ASK is chosen. Conclave is not something like you're asking somebody to come and give a guest lecture. It has to have a connect with the student community. It must have a connect to faculty community in terms of what they will be looking at for research, and also to the people who are attending the conference or the conclave to gain something out of this and take back and maybe use it in their workplaces. So if you look at it, since I got a background for the corporate earlier, I worked for companies, good companies like GE, Xerox, Thermax and Goddard Group, and I've spent a lot of time in management education in the last 10 years or so. One of the learnings I had is to bring right people. So I got a mix of people like Dr. Manimala is one of the best professors of HR from IMP, and he's a great human being and he's able to connect with students. And at the same time, I'm bringing a balance of corporate people who are in technology field. This conclave talks about technology also, and also people who are authors. So we have a variety of people who can bring in newer perspective to the conclave. So it is chosen very, very clearly, focusing on the holistic development and some amount of value to our students. The greatest learning experience for a B school grad is to first listen to all these corporate people who have got wealth of experience, and whatever they have faced in terms of learning, in terms of their trouble, how they came up in the corporate ladder is an important aspect. The students should look at it so that they learn something out of it. So it's a sharing of experiences from these people. So when we talk about this conclave specifically, we had more than 170 years of working experience in the dais. So that's going to give an immense benefit to a student from learning perspective. And coming back to the faculty members are going to interact with these people on a perpetual basis so that they get some research ideas. They also look at corporate as a destiny in terms of doing joint research and in terms of exchanging certain things to bring back into our pedagogy. So it is also important for every stakeholder to learn something from this conclave, which is going to help KIAMS in a big way. We are slowly moving towards the next level. So I have to be realistic. So I'm looking at least holding in this academic year 3 conclaves of this sort, and it's going to cover something different. Moving from ask, we may be focusing on marketing research, the next one, and maybe operations and finance as well. So we are contemplating a lot of other options in terms of technology, enhancements in these conclaves. So you will see further improvement in the next conclave. So the focus is to not to set a benchmark with the big B schools, but to have our own benchmark so that we progress effectively.